All right, here we go, baby. All right, yeah, let's go. Let's party. Welcome to the Dynasty Hot Sauce Podcast. I'm Larry Monkey, and you can find me on Twitter at FFLarryMonkey. And now we got there he is in a turquoise shirt tonight. Wow, some gray sweatpants. Whoa, hey now.
We're not going those sweatpants up on the show now.
God, forgot I was talking to Mississippi. Got the shorts going tonight. Yeah, it's
Oh,
chilly
yeah.
up here, man. Up in the Northeast. Anyway, we go. The president of the Jalen Waddle fan club at Run DFF, Justin Rogers. What's up, my man?
I swear, last week you sounded like the president of the Jalen Waddle fan club, and now I guess I'm taking the title because you don't want to trade for him.
Listen, I got some other things working right now, man.
That's fine.
I've got some other things working. We're talking about HQ1, the 16 team, Superflex, tight end premium.
Yeah, Larry's over here offering me second round picks, not multiples. One second round pick, one playoff second round pick for Jalen Waddle
Dude,
in HQ1 this morning.
fuck out of here. What? Oh, I offered you one second round pick for Waddle.
You did. Yes, you did. To which I responded, Justin Jefferson from Jalen Waddle.
Yes. I know. And you
Yes,
bring up.
you offered me one second round pick. A uno. Yeah.
I don't.
I
what?
texted you, I messaged you, and I was like, I get so excited to see a trade offer, then I see it's from you, and it's just I know it's gonna be disappointing.
I know people that I feel the same way about some people too. You see the trade offer come in, and your first thought is, "Oh man." Normally you get excited, but some people
Right,
you're like,
right.
"Oh,
Mhm.
man, this is just going to be a waste of my time."
Yeah, I know exactly. Like when I see one late second round pick and a 16 teamer for Jalen Waddle.
Right.
That's disappointing.
So hey, we both are separately former champions of this league, 16 team league, which is the 35 man roster, 10 taxi, virtually no one on waivers ever. But I'm making another run to the top. I'm in 7th place, not too bad in points, but
Not too great in points.
not too great either. Only because I've been decimated with injuries, lost Shahid.
Oh boy, here we go.
Lost Pacheco, so three key contributors to my team, and I'm still like holding strong. And then Shane Manila, former HQ1, I don't know,
Finalist? Did he make the final? I don't even know if he made the finals.
Oh, he's never won. No, Shane's
No,
never
he's
won.
never won.
No.
He's the only. Well, he's not a host. Nobody's a host now. But yeah, he's the only of the 3 hosts that did not win. No, that did not even make the final because Blitz didn't win, but he didn't. He made the final one year, I think.
Well, so anyway, Shane's like, I'm out, I'm done. My team, like, you're either
he lost 4th straight.
Well, in this particular league, it's like college football. You're either a powerhouse or you're just
done.
You're just nothing. So, and it gets to a certain point where you're like, I'm either going for it or I'm in a total rebuild, and you got to go. And it's like a rebuild is like a 2 to 3 year rebuild if you do it right in this type.
Yeah, it takes some work.
Yeah, you're accumulating, trying to get picks, and then young guys and stash my taxi and get that early draft pick and trade. Anyway, I'm on my way back up. Got hit with some injuries, 7th spot. So Shane Manila's like, I'm selling.
Right.
For lack of a better terms or phrase, he was like, I'm out. I'm selling. And I look at his team and I'm like, Shane can, if you know your league mates and you know Shane, he's very impulsive.
Yes, that's a good way to put it.
So I'm like, if he, and I could hear it in his voice.
You could hear it in his text.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
In the DM he sent to the league, I could hear like just the feeling of shit. It's text. Yeah, but I don't know where the hell. What was it on? Where was that? Did he leave that message? I don't know. Whatever. So I'm trying to find it, but I can't. So I'm just like, you know what? Let me see. I think that's Justin Jefferson on his
It was
team.
when he updated his trade bait.
Oh, he updated his trade bait, and that okay.
That's a wrap or something like that.
Right. Right. So I have 3 firsts, 1 this year of my own, and 2 next year.
Yep.
One of those could potentially be, middle of the first round, or a top 5 type of pick, possibly. Anyway, I shoot over 3 firsts for Justin Jefferson, and he takes it. So now I have Justin Jefferson on my team.
Yeah.
And nobody said anything in the group meet in the hot sauce chat. So I was like, "Oh, I can't wait to bring this up." So I know that you are very particular about the firsts being you like to compare them to the 12-team league.
Absolutely. Because when we talk about player value, we're always talking about like a first and the 12-man. So like the 16th pick, the 16th value player is not a true first rounder. Not in the terms that we speak of, which is a standard 12-team league.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so that's a great trade. It's a great trade. Even if you don't make the playoffs this year, it's like the 109, something like that.
Right.
So, and then you have the 2 next year.
The 2 next year was one is mine. So
one's yours, one's Swag's, which Swag's would be interesting.
Right. Swag's pick could be he's got a smoke and mirrors team this year, I guess, which means he has a good record, but he doesn't have the points. So he'll eventually start to free fall in the standings, which he already has, actually. Yeah. So and he has nobody next year. Like it's kind of like a win now team.
Except can't win now. Yeah.
Right. He's got a few key pieces, but it's just a start 11.
He was 6-2. He was 6-0. Now he is 6-4.
Oh, there you go.
That tells you all you need to know right there. But yeah, I mean, like he's gonna be mediocre at quarterback with Goff and Tua. Yeah. And then it's like Najee. I mean, Devin Singletary is losing everything. So Najee and Swift, Amon-Ra, that's about it, and Hawkinson and Laporta. So he's going to need he's got some work to do.
Right, and you say those starters. I don't know how many you named there. Probably like 7,
like 6, I think, something like that. Yeah. It wasn't many. It's a start.
Throw in injuries and bye weeks on top of that.
Suddenly you look like Run DFF's HQ1 team. Yeah.
Right. Suddenly you're lucky to squeak out 4 wins on the year, and you have so in that respect, that pick could be a decent pick. He could end up with one of those top receivers who essentially could, no one's you can't just say anyone's going to become Justin Jefferson, but some decent receivers.
Yeah. So
you're right. I'm not even talking about the 25 class. It's the 26 class.
Yep.
Well, anyway, 226 picks and a 25 late first for Justin Jefferson. Added him to my roster. It's always sad to see 3 firsts go, even though they're your traditional middle 2-4 or 2-3, 2-2.
Could be, yeah. Assuming that your team doesn't just like stink it up like it has lately.
Right. So now I'm happy to reveal my strategy. I still have 3 second-round picks, 1 this year and 2 next year.
Yeah. Did you realize there's an undefeated team in the league this year?
I do see that, but not for long because have you seen his roster lately?
I actually have seen. He's got a quarterback issue. So
right.
Yeah. He's got Russ.
Yeah. He's riding with Russ and nobody else. But So I'm trying to add another legit piece to my team right now, and I have Rashee Rice, and I have 2 25 seconds and 1 26 second
Sure.
that I can use to upgrade.
And do you remember the offer I sent earlier today that you rejected with a womp womp? I didn't think it was necessary.
What, the womp womp?
Yeah, I thought that was a little excessive.
Hold on a second, man. Well, you were bitching and moaning that I didn't
Well,
take
because I was
Waddle
bitching
deal.
about what we talked about earlier about you sending up one fucking late second for Jalen Waddle. Of course, I'm going to bitch and moan. And I said, I like to get deals done. And then I sent you that, and you were like, womp womp.
I don't even know which one of this is, man. I had a sick kid today, man. Colin woke up.
Oh no!
On Tuesdays we have a busy day. He wakes up late, which was weird. And then he's sitting on the couch, and he just pukes.
Oh shit!
It was the worst. Yeah, and then I was just like, that's a one-time thing. And then I gave him some water shortly after that, which was a terrible idea.
Because then volcano water and everything you had left, right?
He just sucked it right down, and then I'm shifted him on the couch, and it was like a volcano eruption.
Oh man!
So I had 3 couch cushions, and a pillow out on the porch, getting direct sun.
Oh, tell me you rinsed them off and cleaned them before, because
yes,
direct sun without is rough.
Nah, dude, I sprayed that shit. Hold on, I'm trying to find this damn proposal here.
Okay, well, I can tell you what it was.
All right, what was it?
It was Jalen Waddle and Dallas Goedert for Rashee Rice in 2 seconds. 2 current playoff seconds, or in that range. I didn't think it was crazy at all. I thought it was a very reasonable offer. You're basically trading.
The Goddard is throwing me off.
I know, but you're basically trading 2/3 for Goddard and Rashee Rice for Jalen Waddle.
See, but here's my thing. I'm looking at something. I'm looking to package Rice and a second, and get a Garrett Wilson or Nico Collins.
I understand. That might be aggressive, and I wish you luck on that. But the other thing is that, remember last week, and I brought this up to you in the chat in our little DM, that you weren't as convicted about the stat that you gave as it sounded like last week. Because what was it like last week? You said in his last 16 games with Tua, he had 1,300 something yards and touchdowns, and he would have been wide receiver 7 or something.
If you put a regular season around the Tua and Waddle, their stats are off the he's a wide receiver 7,
right?
But there's still a lot of uncertainty around Tua and that offense. They're 2-6. I didn't want to roll the dice at that time. Well, we had just talked about it, so I was just hyping him up. Next thing you know, you're fucking throwing offers my way. I'm like, man.
Next thing you know, it's been a week. It's not like I jumped on it. It's let me send Jalen Waddle. You asked you sent the initial offer for Jalen Waddle, and I included Waddle in a trade offer. You know what my goal is. My goal is to diversify a little bit, get a few more picks, etc. So I mean, there's no secret in that. I need to take points off my roster. I don't mind doing that, because somehow I won this week against Madman's sorry ass team, who scored 90 points. Golly, I'm trying to lose, but I don't want to do it the wrong way, and I accidentally win a game. Yeah,
you crushed them.
Well, yeah, it's because Jalen Hurts and Mahomes,
right?
They score a lot of points sometimes, especially Jalen Hurts. But yeah, I mean, I beat him 40 points. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? I don't want to win this game. So I'm perfectly willing to move for a guy on IR. But yeah, I'm not feeling it right now. Not feeling the love over there from the person who was hyping up Jalen Waddle last week.
You know what? That was the thing. I can't hype him up and then like do a deal.
That's fair.
He's all hyped up. He's all hyped
Right,
up.
but I wasn't even asking. I wasn't even going like, oh, let me ask for like a current healthy player, yada yada yada.
I want somebody. Listen, that was nice, that stat for Waddle. But number one, he plays for the Dolphins. 2 is a mess. They're just trying to get. They're trying.
Ooh, I don't know.
A busted wrist.
Yeah, which actually should bode well for Jalen Waddle. I don't know if 2 is a mess.
I mean, he led them in targets yesterday.
Who did?
Waddle. But
yeah, well, yeah, because Tyreek couldn't even stay on the field. Yeah.
But staying with this league, Stompy is also in this league, and he's like wants to make moves. I mean, see, everyone doesn't.
No, it's not. He wants to make moves, Larry. If Daniel Jones gets benched, he doesn't have a quarterback. He is desperate to make moves. Of course, he's over there at offering like Rome Odunze and a third or something for Patrick Mahomes. Like, I mean, it's like that bad.
Want to hear my Rome Odunze offer?
Well, yes, I do. I would love to.
He's offering me Rome Odunze for Kirk Cousins and Rashad Bateman.
And like give me 2 players.
A guy that's desperate for the QB wants me to give him 2 players. That's the same thing. Yeah. My thought as well. Bateman.
Like, you want to watch a guy who, let's see, where is he in the standings right now?
He's third
in the standings, 8-2. You want to watch a guy crumble in a 16-team league? Let him try to be greedy for a quarterback.
He's in the same boat as Swags. He has the nice record, but his point total is
he's in a better boat than Swags because he's 8-2 instead of 6-4. But they both. I mean, he's got 400 points less than second place. He's tied for second place with 400 points less. 1883 to 1479. That is incredible.
Yeah, he probably has the record to make the playoffs at this point, which bodes well for someone like me who's going to have to back into
that though. I wouldn't say that though, because what do we have? 4 weeks left. We have 4 weeks left. If he loses 2 more games and you win, Swags wins, Manolo wins 2 games, FF Blitz, he could be in the outside looking in at 8-6. Right.
But remember the league we're in. Half of the league is
absolutely
doesn't win.
So like this week, Stompy plays Manolo. Manolo could win. He would be 7-4, and then Stompy would be 8-3. In week 12, Stompy plays
FF Blitz. He's going to lose that.
Yeah, he plays FF Blitz, right? And then in week 13, Stompy plays
Madman.
Okay, that's probably a win.
Yeah.
And then week 14, he plays me.
Plays you.
So he could go 2-2 in that, which would probably get him in the playoffs.
8 wins is going to get him in the playoffs.
If he goes 2-2, it's still such a haves and haves not league. And if he doesn't have quarterbacks, he might not beat me. Because my 2 quarterbacks are going to put up 50, 60, 70 points. It's gross.
8 wins are getting you in the playoffs.
No, do not say that. Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams, 8 teams, 8 with 6 wins. Only 6 get in. 8 wins is not a guarantee to get you in the playoffs, especially when you don't have the tiebreaker. And then you have 2 more teams with 5 wins. So that both have, one of them has more points than Stompy. Hooten has 4. You know what sucks in this league is there is no wild card. It's the 6 best teams.
Yeah.
Tiebreakers.
Big fan of the last.
No tiebreakers. No wild card.
Well,
I don't particularly like that.
I like the Daddy-O's league is a 14 teamer. And this is the redraft of my dad's league in town, 14-team Superflex, 2-point tight end. That league, dang it, I forgot what I was talking about. Fuck. Daddy-O's league. What were we talking about?
Well, we were talking about record and eight wins getting in, yada yada yada.
Yeah. So 8 teams make the playoffs in the Daddy-O's league. No, there's no bye. It's just 8. The top 8 last spot is points, but 8 teams in a 14-teamer gives everybody like a shot. You have to be really bad to not make the playoffs.
With 8 wins?
No. I'm talking about like an 8-team
teams,
playoff.
8
So really, it doesn't really
Okay.
matter. Kind of gets closer about the points with 8 wins. 8 teams.
Yeah, no, I'm in a 10-team league where 6 teams get in.
Yeah.
It's like that's our home league for Buffalo Wild Wings. 10 teams and 6 of them get in. Which, by the way, I'm in sole possession of first place right now. That feels so damn good. 8-2, baby. Yeah, that like you have to be awful to get in. I mean, right now the 8th place team is 3 and the 8th and 9th place teams are 3 and 7, and there's 3 teams tied at 5 and 5. So like there could be a 500 team absolutely getting in.
And one of them just acquired Justin Jefferson.
Whoa, and this you're talking about in HQ1, yeah. I'm curious to see how this plays out for you. I mean, I love having JJ on the team. So we'll see how that works out.
I want to see the next move I'm planning on making. Maybe, who knows? Maybe next week I will have Waddle on my team.
I'm interested to see which direction, like where you head as far as targeting goes.
I need the tight end. I just don't think Goddard's the guy. I drafted Goddard in this league in the startup, so he'd be returning to me.
All right, so I in switching to our league, our listener league.
Yes, the Dynasty Hot Sauce Listener League, 3-copy, 14 teams,
42 teams,
heavy tight end
premium.
premium.
Yeah, very heavy tight end premium.
Start 11.
No, other than just one player per. You could start however you want. So like, I mean, I'm starting like 6 running backs, 7. I'm starting 7 running backs. I'm sorry. So, and then like 2 wide receivers, a tight end. And right now I only have 1 quarterback this week. I just have Tua. Not that I'm scared of that because Kyler's on bye. But I am trying to acquire. I would like to upgrade Dak or some way into an elite quarterback.
Dang it!
And I've not been able to get it done. I'm waiting on a response from Troy. I sent him an offer this morning. It's like 2 firsts and Dak for Lamar and T. Higgins. We'll see if that works. I don't know.
But Dak he's just ugh.
I don't know if Dak is blah, but he's definitely lost some luster. But Troy is also definitely out of the playoffs and maybe looking to improve his pick. I don't know. He's 6-13, and he could move. I mean, he is literally only 1 game out of the 101. So there's something to that, like the 104, 101. It's 2 teams at 5 and 14, 2 teams at 6 and 13. So it could be 101 or 104. I mean, so there's some incentive there. I don't know if he's interested in that move or if he wants to counter. I've not heard anything from him. I might push a little bit, but my goal is to try and upgrade at quarterback. I don't want to be rolling in with Tua. I don't mind Kyler obviously, but I don't want to be rolling in with Tua.
Well, you have the beauty of trying to have a need to trade away is you have so many teams you could work with.
Yeah, and see once I hear back from him, one way or the other, I'll know which direction. Okay, I need to go find someone else. I need to go through the standings, etc. I just stopped at the standings. I kept on looking and see who in the bottom of the league had quarterbacks, an elite quarterback, which of course Lamar is. That's who I'm working for. And who was available, like who might be willing to make a move. Because when you're at 6 and 14, you might need a player. You know,
Would you give up 4 firsts, 4 of those 25 firsts for Jaden Daniels right now?
no, not a chance.
Ooh.
Not even thinking about it. Not even considering it.
Well, you're a big Jaden Daniels guy, right?
Well,
He's your QB1 overall.
Have you seen Jaden Daniels lately? And he's definitely not my 101 overall. Josh Allen is my 101. Have you seen Jaden Daniels?
You took him 101 in the rookie draft. Anyway,
what was I doing in the rookie draft? He might have been. It was him.
He was your 101 when we did the.
Oh yeah, sure. A few weeks ago. Yeah, but I mean, players change, man. It's like
2 out of his last 4 games have been suspect. That's it. Actually, he's only had 2 games that have sucked the entire season, and one happened to be last week. And the other one was week 7. Other than that, he's been over 20 points.
Yeah, but over 20 points in the hot sauce league is easy. There's PPR, like point per carry bonuses and stuff like that in general. So like in his last, let's see, all right. He is 8.6, 19.9, 5.2. So 3 of his last 4 have been under 20 in regular. And I'm not saying that 19.9, like you might as well call that 20, but he hasn't been 24, 26, 30, that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, just not hot sauce league? You're just talking about regular?
Just in general, yeah. Because it's all relative. It's all relative to the other performers. So he hasn't been exploding like he was a few weeks ago. I mean, there was that stretch where he had he started out 28. This is just in regular scoring, 28, 13, 28, 25, 20, 21. I mean, at that point, you're thinking, man, all right, this dude's got it. He's a top 3 or 4 quarterback. But there's been some come back to earth moments for him. Yeah, no, if I'm moving for somebody, it's going to be like Lamar, Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen. That's where I'm looking right now. Not
Caleb Williams?
Maybe not Caleb Williams. Are you in the he's a buy low, or are you in the oh shit, he might be a bust camp?
I'm in the buy low.
I believe so.
I don't have any Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
And I think I will want one, at least. What do you think?
I traded. Do you remember the 2 trades I made in the offseason? Hold on. Let me go back to the Tecmo Bowl. All right. So do you remember the 2 trades I made? And I got ridiculed a little bit for these. All right. Let's see here.
Right now, Caleb's like a low-end QB2.
All right. So I traded 2 trades. All right. I traded Marvin Harrison Jr. and a 2025 third. I got Malik Neighbors, Jalen Warren, and 2 25 seconds.
Nice.
How fat is that looking?
Yeah.
That's okay, but that wasn't the best. This was the other trade I made was where was it? Hold on. Oh, I traded Caleb Williams and got Jaden Daniels and Deebo Samuel.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
And I took a little flack for that one. Deebo doesn't matter, yada yada yada.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's like punching out his long snapper and kicker.
Yeah. Well, he did the other day. Yeah. He was a little frustrated after 3 missed kicks. Like, y'all get your shit together. I get that part. Maybe not the execution, but I get the frustration.
I mean,
but yeah, between those 2 trades, I traded
teammates, man. They should have respect for each other. They're teammates.
Come on now, that's not how sports work. You already know. You've seen 100 times conflicts on the sideline, etc. Things get emotional.
Don't mess with the fucking kicker, you know.
He wasn't. He was really messing with the long snapper. The kicker just happened to like he jerked his hand off the long snapper and smacked Jake Moody. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That's another league. I'm not sure exactly which direction I want to go. I had a good week last week. I'm 8-8, but I don't necessarily have the points. I can't say that. I'm 104 points behind the last playoff spot, so it's not like crazy. But if I get one more bad week, I'm gonna be selling.
That's it.
Hey,
man.
Speaking of leagues where things have been going well, how's your DDCL team working out?
Oh, funny you should bring that up. I just recognized or realized today I'm like the second highest point scorer in the entire DDCL.
Yeah, I was the high score for the second week. I have now scored the high score twice.
Oh, I have that once. The
Yeah.
bold, it's like
Because you know
bold.
there's a side pot for that. It's like $10 every week you're the high scorer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I also am a one of the higher scorers in the league.
That's
I'm
right.
having
Look at you.
yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Man, if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for week 1, you'd be right up there.
Yeah, it's going pretty well. I have climbed my way into the standings, and
Look at me and you, kings of the DDCL.
Look at us go. Yeah, I went.
Right.
The tiebreaker is all play, and last week I was in 6th place because the all play tiebreakers, yada yada yada. Well, I just went 47-0 in the all play because of my score this week. I was like, oh, that helps out the tiebreakers.
Nice. Yeah, 196.
Yeah,
And I had 189 the week before. I had the high score the week prior.
Yeah. I had one of those crazy weeks. It was crazy. In 48 teams, you would think there would be someone with a big stack that would have like 120 points between 3 players or something. No one had that. It was wild. Like with all the players, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, they were all spread out. Because I had Jamar, and my opponent also had Jamar Chase.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, well, at least that's offset. That was the only place I played against Jamar Chase, and we both had it. But then my team continued to go, and his team did not continue to go.
We're in the top 6 of the 48 teams, DDCL. Talk about this league from time to time, and we've former champions of the HQ 116 team. I don't know why everyone's not listening to the Hot Sauce Pod. Like, why would you not listen to us?
I mean, here I am at 18-1 in the listener league, like just cruising right along.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 12-2 team. I mean, just saying, I'm just, humble brag, yada yada yada. Come on now.
So
start listening.
So there wasn't any drama, but there was a little, I would say, hiccup in the Daddy-O's League 14 team. Mentioned it earlier.
I have opinions about this. So bring it to the people, and then I'm going to
bring it up to the people. So I'm the commissioner of this league.
Yep,
it's a dad's league. We're all like, all our kids play soccer or softball with each other. Every dad in this league has a 9-year-old girl. Or that they're starting to turn 10 now. So
sure, yeah.
But yeah. And we all know each other very well. We all like to drink and stuff and yada yada yada. Anyway, it's a 14 team. It's got like a lot of bells and whistles to this league. It's very unique to these guys, super flex, and there's no kicker, no D. It's a heavy tight end premium. That's pretty much the main gist of it. And it's kind of new for most of the guys in this league. This year I've been like tinkering. This is year 2. And so I tinkered with when they had the new kickoff rule, I was like all excited about it, thinking that it was going to be like this major impact to the game.
Right.
And Scott Fish Bowl, which we'll talk about in probably a little bit, had embraced that and made kick return yardage. What was it? 5 points, a point every 5 yards.
Right.
And I made that change. I made that change to these settings, cleared it with everybody, and made that change to the settings. Drafted the team. I drafted Rashid Shaheed, kind of where he was going in the SFB.
Let's just we don't need to get into the details.
Give me the whole anyway.
Your team
sucks. Forget about that. I was just telling you what I'm laying the groundwork for this to give you to tell you like how I've like kind of made this league. So Blackshear goes off week 1, And everyone's like, "Whoa, these kick return yards, holy moly!" And I'm like, "Listen, guys, all right, Blackshear's like getting like 40 points in week 1. He's running. Carolina got blown
the
out.
league is freaking out because they're like, "Why is this bullshit player getting all these points?" Yeah,
right. And I had him going, and I'm the commissioner, so it's like, and they know, about the podcast and stuff. So I was like, "Listen, guys, I'll bring it back down. I'll make it 10. So 10 punt yards and kick return yards are both 10 yards per punt."
And it pretty much became irrelevant.
Well, no, I ended up, as a result, I lost 3. If I kept that in place, I would have won 3 games.
Yeah.
So I had lost 3 games. My team's pretty bad. But anyway, fast forward to somebody sends me a text after kickoff. This week, one of the dads sends me a text. Hey, I forgot to put in Mac Jones in place of Trevor Lawrence.
Okay. Yes. All right. So right now, all right, Trevor Lawrence all week has been said probably not playing, yada yada yada. Might be out for the season. Blah blah blah. So now it's game day. This guy has Mac Jones on his roster.
Yeah.
And he messages you when? Right after kickoff.
Yeah. Well, 124. So 24 minutes after
24 minutes after kickoff. We're talking 24 minutes after kickoff. He's like, "Oh, right. Shit. I fucked up and didn't put Mac Jones." All right, go ahead, Larry.
So I was like, all right. Yeah, I'm like, all right, I'll change it for him. It's 0-0. He didn't even have a point yet, Mac Jones. So
are you sure about that?
I went to the play-by-play. He only had 4 points on the day.
Well, he had a rushing touchdown pretty early on in the game.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Mac Jones?
Yeah.
They got the opening kick, and he just completed a couple of passes, but anyway.
Go ahead.
My point is, my thought process is, hey, we're all dads. We all have families. We're all flying by the seat of our pants. We're all coaches, for sports for our kids.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's life. Hey, man, I forgot to swap Mac Jones in. Sorry. It's not like he threw like a touchdown and was like, "Oh man, he just got it was not malicious. Hey man, I forgot to put fucking Mac Jones in." And he didn't ask me to make the change. I volunteered making the change. And then I was like, maybe let me run this by the guy he's playing. So I'm like, hey, so-and-so forgot to put Mac Jones in. I just made the change. I just got the text now. So I didn't see the text right away. So what?
What's the opponent say?
Oh, he was like, wait, like he had like a little beef about it. Not like a beef, but he was just like, like that. Like,
no, I get it. I'm on that guy's side. All right, Larry.
Right.
Here's what I'm going to say. Just like I said, all week long, Trevor Lawrence has been whatever. This is on Sleeper, right?
Yes.
Do you have the auto sub thing in or whatever enabled?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's no excuse for this guy. Trevor Lawrence is ruled out. He should have had Mac Jones set up to auto sub in.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you're right.
So there's no excuse for this guy to have fucked up this bad 24 minutes after kickoff. No, you sometimes you got to let players live with the consequences of their actions. This guy sat on his hands all week. Trevor Lawrence has been announced out since like Thursday, basically. Like he hasn't been officially announced out, but everything says, hey, T-Law ain't playing. T-Law might have surgery. T-Law might be done for the year.
Dude. But my point is, this isn't like one of those ball busting leagues where it's like, oh, yo, you did.
It doesn't have to be a ball busting league, but what kind of precedent do you set? Are you going to start setting lineups for people 10 minutes after kickoff? Is this going to be a thing? That's a problem because, now somebody's going to text you, oh, man, Najee's out and I meant to put in Jaylen Warren, whatever. Or they might even not even have Najee Harris. They're like, Najee's out. I meant to put in Jaylen Warren. Najee's on another team. And I didn't get him in there. I really wanted him in over so-and-so. Like, this is a bad precedent to set. The guy had the opportunity to set his setup, to set the lineup, or to set up his auto sub thing that Sleeper just gave us all.
Right.
And didn't do either. Sat on his hands all week long. And then, oh shit, I didn't change my lineup. I mean, you don't have to be a ball busting league to be like, hey man,
Yeah.
you know better. So next time, get your shit together.
I
and let
get
it run.
it. I get it. No, I agree.
Part of this is we all pay attention to our stuff. The people that pay more attention gain advantage. Is that correct?
Maybe I was just kicking myself for changing the settings, which costed me.
And see, that never should have. You also should never change settings mid-season. Once it's done, it's done, because you drafted that way. You drafted for return yardage.
I did.
Somebody else might have drafted for return yardage. That's the deal. Never change settings mid-season. That's a lesson. That's lesson number 1. Never do that. And lesson number 2 is don't fuck with people's lineup after kickoff, unless there's extenuating circumstances. Like my buddy Jeff, years ago, like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, was deployed and trying to send me lineups like via email because he couldn't even log into his shit on the ship. He was on a ship in the middle of the ocean. He's trying to email me. And so I set his lineups for that. And a couple times it was like right after kickoff, whatever. That's completely different than some dude sitting in his living room at 124 checking his score going, oh shit, I didn't set my lineup today. Especially with this new auto sub thing. Like, the new auto sub thing removes anything. You shouldn't have to mess with it.
I hear you. No, you have broadened my my scope of this situation. Yeah, no, my main problem was I shouldn't have changed the damn settings the first go around.
2 things. Don't change the settings. And with Sleeper especially, don't mess with people. Don't mess with lineups. Because they've got the opportunity to set the oh shit, they're out thing.
Right.
Whatever.
So I'm sitting in 11th place right now at 3-7. I calculated like the Shaheed, because I had Shaheed in.
Well,
just,
I mean,
just him alone. Oh yeah, I calculated it up until he was, because he was in my lineup.
Right.
Up until he was injured, I'd be currently 6-4, and firmly.
What are you right now? What's your record?
Right now I'm 3-7.
There's no way you get 3 more wins out of Shaheed. How many games did Shaheed play?
Dude, before he was, this is gonna knock your socks off, man. Before he got injured, he was like 5 overall.
No, I understand, but he only played 6 games. That means he would have won you 3 more games out of the 6. No, I don't think so, man. I think your math ain't mathing or something. He would have won you all 6 games that he played.
Yeah. No, I lost a bunch of games in the beginning of the season, and had Shaheed. No, so I reduced the scoring by half.
Right.
So
right.
Shaheed is that difference in double his score. If you double his score for each of these games, my matchups were that close. It cost me three victories. Follow me?
I would have to see this to actually believe it.
Oh my gosh!
And I know how your math works, but I'm just saying, like, you're saying that you would have gone from 3 wins to 6 wins. He only played 6 games.
Yeah,
so you're talking like half of his games he would have helped you win more than you already won. I don't even know when you won your games. What's up, Jax? Keith in the chat, by the way.
What are you talking? I'm still don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, you're saying that you're 3 and you got 3 wins. You're 3-7. You would be 6-4. He only played 6 games, so half of his games that you lost in, he would have won.
Yes,
that's a bit aggressive.
Well, I've won games without him.
Okay, but yeah, all right, what games? Just out of curiosity, how close were the games that you're talking about?
The first week 1, I only lost by like 2 points, so I would have won that one.
That was before the points change, right? Or did it retroactively change?
Oh, it changed right in the middle of the game, right in the middle of the week 1. It
Yeah.
adjusted. So if I kept that, that's 1 win right there.
Uh-huh.
The following week, let me find my
You get your notes there.
let's see here. Teams, schedule. Yeah, so I lost the first game by 2 points.
Right.
I lost the second game by 9 points.
You wouldn't have won.
Yeah, what if? Because
how many points did Shaheed score in that 1 week?
Shaheed had 23 points, which means he would have had 46.
No, that's not true because some of those points came off receiving yards. They didn't all come off of returns. I mean, I can look up his game log here. In week 2, he had 4 for 96 and a touchdown. Almost all of his points came off of receiving. That's 19 points right there. He had like 4 points in return yards.
All right, where's Black
So
Shear?
he wasn't going to get you 9 points more. All right, go ahead.
Hold on. Black Shear. He would have had 18 points. So if I would have had Black Shear, then you minus who I had going in his place.
Right. Yeah. I think we're getting a little into a rabbit hole here that might not be that interesting.
So yeah, moral of the story is I should not have changed the settings. It cost me I'll give you a game. It cost me at least 2 games. That's for
sure. I'll give you that. That's fine.
But I am pretty confident it is 3 because I lost that other game by like less than 9 points.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
either way, yeah,
it has affected my management of the team because I became a wheeling and dealer. After I was losing, I started wheeling and dealing. I moved Chase and Pitts.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah, no, my team.
You moved Pitts before he got hot and started scoring on them points too.
Oh, the week before. The week before, of course.
He went on a little run there and started scoring points. Like, yep, there's the Pitts we know. Yeah.
Yep.
And then, of course, Jamar Chase could have won you a couple weeks by himself. Yeah.
So, like I said earlier, this is an 8-team playoff. 8 teams make the playoffs. Yeah. I'm currently in 11th, but I have that last playoff spot with my points. So.
Oh, do you guys have a wild card?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're currently maybe in the wild card spot?
I have the 8th spot with my points.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like 30 points ahead of the next guy.
So it's like it's still coin flip at this point.
It's
because 30 points ain't nothing.
Right. Yeah, it's still close.
I made like 50 points or 40 points in that home league of mine. The guy and we were both tied at 7-2 this week. He lost. He scored like 80 something. I scored 124 or something like that. So I made like 40 points on him, and I got a little cushion now where I have a game lead and a bunch of points. That could switch next week. So, yeah, 30 points ain't nothing.
Yeah. Rookies that killed you. Rookies that killed me so far. Brooks, Adunze.
Rest in peace, Brooks. Yeah. He's done. Like, his value for this season in a redraft league is toast. Are you still in the Chuba Hubbard sucks? Or are you in the Chuba Hubbard has taken command of this?
I have him in the home redraft league.
Yeah.
30-year league. So
feels good, doesn't it?
Oh, dude. Yeah. He made it, and he didn't make my starting roster until at least week 3 or 4. And he was crushing it. Yeah, he was crushed. Well,
I can't help you with that.
1 point. He had 1 point in week 1. So then he just started going berserk after.
Absolutely crazy. Yeah. I've had him in the in SFB, and he's just been locked into a spot because I've had no choice. Yeah. And this week I had a monster week, scored the most points in my little division, which was fun.
I was thinking about putting Jonathan Brooks on my taxi squad in the DDCL because if that's a steal, it's a first and a second comes back to me.
Right. Man, I'm going to be proposing that we fix the steal rules to 3 weeks.
Right.
Or 3 games, or 3 days, I mean, because I have had several that I'm like, they would have gone through people, whatever.
Yes.
Still on that. Still salty. Still salty. I'm just saying.
So Bryce Young to the moon?
No.
Now is the time to pounce?
No. Gosh, this is like if you have Bryce Young, sell him now. My goodness gracious. What? Okay, so he's won a couple games, but does that mean that he's good? Or does that mean? I mean, like his last 2 games, 126 yards and a touchdown, win. 171 yards, a touchdown and an interception, win. Like,
Good.
no, just because they won a couple games does not mean you go buy the guy. He's still awful.
I don't think I don't have him anywhere. I've gotten rid of him. I got rid of him.
He's got 298 or 297 yards total in his last 2 games. You're like, maybe buy? No, do not. Holy shit. His yards per attempt, 5 and 6.6 the last 2 weeks.
I am waiting to see how they deploy Brooks after the bye.
It's going to be as the complimentary, maybe Austin Eckler role when Melvin Gordon was in LA or at the time.
Hey, listen,
San Diego.
Derrick
Do you remember that role where it was like where Eckler would get on the field for like 30% of the snaps and maybe catch some passes? Because they're not throwing to Chuba. That's not happening. But unless Chuba gets hurt, Brooks has no standalone value.
I think it's time to pounce on Brooks.
Well, you just said throw him on your taxi squad and maybe get a first and a second. And
that's a strategy move in that league to get 2 picks to cash out, and maybe get some more depth and a piece similar to Brooks, because you didn't get nothing really out of him this year.
You didn't, and you're not going to get anything out of this year.
You never know.
Jack said, well, that's true. Chuba could go down, and then Brooks gets his role and gets his shot. But Jack says Jonathan Brooks still worth a first-round pick. I think not. That's exactly right. He's not. I would not give a first for him right now. Certainly wouldn't give a first and a second.
You're not, but you 2 seconds for Brooks.
I'd give 2 seconds for Brooks, sure.
See,
I might try to run that offer out somewhere. Maybe after. Well, I don't know. Now might be a good time to try and do that because he's on a bye. Now might be a good time to do that if you're a rebuild, to go get Jonathan Brooks and give someone points.
Hell yeah, it is, because there's going to be that whole like, oh, Chuba is the man.
Well,
and then Brooks didn't play when they took him off the he didn't play last week. There was kind of some talk about that, and then there's the bye week. So this is as low as he's going to be right now.
Right. Well, it's not necessarily as low as he's going to be, because unfortunately Chuba did sign that extension. So now they got Brooks and Chuba for the next couple of years. Like they're locked into a 2-man, a very cloudy backfield. I don't love it. And as someone who has like several shares of Jonathan Brooks, I do not love it. A little disappointed, and I know you are too.
Yep.
Like you may want to pretend like Chuba Hubbard doesn't matter at this point, but he does matter. But yeah, back to Bryce Young. Sell Bryce Young, please. If you have Bryce Young, sell him.
Yeah, now's the time. Straight
trash. Still straight trash. Like my trash runs on Tuesday and Thursday. I took his ass out this morning.
Even the coach was like, uncommitted. Like, oh yeah, we'll talk about it. Like, what? If you're going to be on board with this guy, you'd be on board with him.
Right.
No, he's played well. We're going to we're going to ride it out. See how long. Whatever. Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you know who else was straight trash this week?
Who?
That'd be Benny J. No, let's head to the bathroom.
Benny J. I cheated.
Okay, so Larry, sometimes later in these FCE eliminators, as you get deeper into the season, it's not that the team was really bad. It's just that they were just not as good as everyone else. That was not the case this week. He had one of the worst weeks of the season this week. 67 points. I'll give him the 6.6. 67.6 points. That was There was no risk of him catching anybody. He was 39 points behind the next player, the next still alive player.
Benny J.
Benny J. Oh, golly, I got the gurgles. This one's so bad, I'm gonna have to like run to the bathroom.
Benny J. And he was he's always a contender.
Well, he's not a contender anymore. Oh gosh.
He was the seventh. There you go.
Oh. Anyway, you can't suck like that. I mean, that's awful.
And then there were 8.
Then there were 8, man. We're still rolling along. We had a solid week this week, of course, fueled by our quarterbacks.
Always.
Yep.
There's no stopping us with the QBs.
Yeah, I mean, hell, we scored. Let's see here, that's 71, like 88 points between our 3 quarterbacks.
Our QBs can get us 100 points, and
on any given week, yeah.
In this format, there's no stopping that.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a good cushion to be able to have. But yeah, Benny J. Not only did he have the lowest scoring week of the remaining teams, he had the lowest scoring week of anyone that started the league at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was the seventh score, highest score.
Now he's the doesn't matter. Might as well be last score. Yeah, he's a loser.
Benny the loser.
Yeah. Yep. He had T-Law. That didn't help him. He had Isaiah Pacheco. That didn't help him. He had Christian Kirk. That didn't help him.
No. Geno
Smith, Zach Charbonnet, Jaden Reed, Anders Carlson. Those guys are all on bye. He didn't pay attention to buys.
Mm-hmm.
He had 4 players on bye. He had Javonte Williams scored 2.2 in his lineup. That's how bad his team was this week. Yep. Isaiah Likely couldn't even score him a point. Did you see that like Mark Andrews was on the field for like 80-something% of snaps this week? Man, Isaiah Likely hype train derailed quickly. From week 1 to the rest of the season.
That OG trade I made with you, that like Andrews was almost like a throw-in, is really paying off for me. We did that. It was Rashee Rice and Chris Godwin for Andrews and Jaden Reed. There may have been a third.
Yeah, it was
26th third.
Is a fourth, 2026. So you gave me a third, and I gave you a fourth. I would not call Mark Andrews a throw-in in that deal.
He was doing nothing. He still hadn't really like busted out yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't remember what he had done. I think he had scored once or twice. Like had a couple of nice weeks.
Double goose egg. He put up a week 3, week 4 goose egg, and then he had 11 points. Then you're like, okay, whatever. Then 17. You're still not a believer.
I think that's when I traded him. Was after the week after the 17-point week.
You're still not a believer because you put up 2 goose eggs in a row. So yeah.
Ravens, Buccaneers. What day was it? That was 10-21. That was so he actually had the 22-point game, and then we traded. Because we traded on the 23rd, I think. So I sold, not high because obviously he's still been rolling. But yeah. So I sold and you bought about the time that he was getting hot, which makes sense. I finally was able to move Travis Kelce in that DDL3.
Whoa! Wait a minute. Let me get a drink, and you can explain this to this this whole storyline.
Yeah. So Dickie's in the chat. What's up, Dickie?
Check out the background setup here. Look at these guys.
Man, he's got all the shit holes. He's got Jack's Darnell Mooney for 2nd and 3rd was a no-go because Larry's an idiot. But I'm glad you got a deal. I believe you got a deal done with that, didn't you? But anyways, he got done for Stompy, which I don't know why Stompy is trading for wide receivers when he needs a quarterback so bad. But hey, stupid is stupid. I mean, what? I'm not calling anybody dumb. But I am. So I have had I have a Travis Kelce in this league. I got him on the dispersal because we had two teams. We threw their players into an auction, and I grabbed Travis Kelce thinking, okay, I'll be able to trade him later on. And I'll tell you what, that was not the option. That was not on the table for the longest time. Like, I could not move Travis Kelce. Everybody was scared of him. He started off slow this year, and it was like, damn, I'm gonna be stuck with Travis Kelce. And meanwhile, he's scoring all these points. He's just dropping points on my team. I have one player on my team who has any reasonable points. I don't have a starting quarterback. I don't have a starting running back. I don't have a starting wide receiver in my lineup. I mean, like Ray McLeod was my best wide receiver. Got a couple guys on taxi, but it's a Devy league, and I have a shit ton of Debbys. Well, Dickey is in a similar situation. Doesn't have shit on his roster, except he's got Kareem Hunt. So I'm like, man, I've got to move Travis Kelce so I can fight for this 101. So I've been trying to send him to a couple different guys. One guy balked at sending me Nicholas Singleton. I think we talked about this last week for Travis Kelce. Same thing. Jim, you got a nice wide receiver, by the way. He said he sold Hunt in the same league for a Debbie wide receiver. I think it was Barry.
Who?
Was it Barry and Brown? I think it was Barry and Brown.
Oh, yeah, nice. Barry and Brown. He's probably going to be a third rounder.
He's a nice little piece.
Yeah, Baxter.
For Kareem Hunt. But so I'm trying to move this guy, and I'm sending out offers. I'm like, give me Rashee Rice. I give you Travis Kelce. Things like that. And the guy has, this one guy has nothing. He's got Isaiah Likely and Dulcich, I think, which Dulcich. So I get an offer from a guy the other day, and I've sent out offers. I have one out for to Ruben. Ruben was pondering it, but he wasn't sure he was going to make a move. Well, I get an offer this on Sunday morning or Saturday night. I can't remember. It was Jackson Arnold, Oklahoma quarterback.
Oh, you love Jackson Arnold.
I don't know if I love Jackson Arnold, but it's still a 14-team league. Even after we lost two teams, still a 14-teamer. And I have hoarded Debbie quarterbacks because I have no shame. And the guy offered me Jackson Arnold, and I reached out to Ruben. I said, "Hey, I've got this offer on the table. If you want to make a deal, or I'm going to take this other one because I'm going to get him off my roster before kickoff." And Ruben was camping. He said, "I don't have time to look."
He was camping?
Yeah, he went camping.
Well, when you're camping, all you have is time.
No, man, you got to hang out, dude.
Do you think he's putting his tent together?
No, right? This is Sunday morning. He's probably having a little coffee, frying up some eggs.
He's got the sizzling.
Yeah, he might have a little bacon going. Yeah.
What do you think the setup is like where Ruben's camping? Do you think he's got those big sequoia trees?
He's not that far north.
No,
I don't think he is. I think he's a little further south than that.
Oh, Dickey's and yeah,
he was confirming it was Barry and Brown. Yeah.
Oh, Barry and Brown.
Yeah, that's what he's doing because I was talking about the player. So I took Jackson Arnold. For Travis Kelce. So got the points off my team. Well on my way to the 101 in the auction league there. Sorry, Jim. Jim and I are fighting it out for the 101, and I have taken the upper hand because I managed to trade him before the game, and Dickey still had Hunt on his team until later in the day. So Dickey got the points from Kareem Hunt, who scored like 20. And I don't have any way to score points in this league anymore. If it comes down to it, I may end up dropping like Ray McLeod and other bullshit. But so now I just have to hope that and I sold Kelce to the number one team in the league. Sorry guys, if you want to make a deal, make a deal. Don't sit on your hands and end up losing games because you don't have a tight end.
So what did you end up getting for him?
Jackson Arnold. Oklahoma quarterback. 2026 for Kelce. 2026. Wow.
There's an earlier episode here where you advised me to take Jackson Arnold. I had one Devy pick, and I was like, I was pondering it. This is on a prior show, and you were like Jackson Arnold. I threw out some names for you, and you were like Jackson Arnold.
Well, I think he's going to be probably a top 10 pick next year.
I hope so.
Yeah. Right now, Dickie has 26 more points than me, potential points. This is a potential points league. So, yeah. So I've got just a smidge of a lead, but it's just going to be like crazy hard to do. All right. So this says Jamie P-Rog, whatever, is in the chat again. I can never remember his name.
Oh, it's like Pierogi, remember?
Oh, that's right. Pierogi. Yeah. Pierogi. Yep. All right. So Jamie says, would you trade away A.J. Brown and Swift for Rashee Rice, a 2025 late first and 2026 first? Most likely not making playoffs.
A.J. Brown and Swift.
For Rashee Rice, 2 firsts.
Ooh. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. But bye-bye. Bye-bye. I want those picks because especially like, okay, the 2025 first, you've probably got an idea of where that's
going to be a nice. It's going to be a nice player.
You probably.
It's going to be a player you definitely want Swift over. You would definitely want the pick over Swift.
Yeah. Like there's going to be some running backs available. There's going to be some wide receivers available there.
Rice in a first for A.J. Brown.
2026 first is the 2026 first is where it gets interesting because you don't know where that pick could end up. That could be one of those like, oh, I thought it was the 109, 110, ended up being like the 104.
Yeah.
You know? So there's opportunity for profit there.
It's a close deal.
It's a fair offer. Give me the picks if I'm not making the playoffs. And if I'm most likely not making the playoffs, that means I'm probably not committed to trying to make the playoffs. Just say fuck it and move on. He says I can use that 2026 first to buy another player too.
Mm-hmm.
You can. Or you can just say, okay, I'm not really a contender this year. And I'm just gonna run this and let this ride so that I can get a better pick this year. I mean, there's something to the value of that. You know, like we talked about this earlier in the season. If you're moving players, you got to think about, okay, the value of the pick that you're going to be moving into. Like, okay, you're the 108 now, but if you suck really bad, you could get to the 105, 106. What's that worth? Or you're the 104, you can get to the 101, 102. What's that worth? That's worth a late first. So if you can sell a player that's worth a second, I mean, that's worth a late first for an early second, that's fine because you're making a profit if you make your team worse. So there's that. Larry, we've already discussed this. It's not even Larry's in the chat trying to get people to talk about his JJ for 3 first thing, even though like it could end up basically being JJ for 2 seconds and a first.
Hey, and I also didn't want Mooney, not for a second and a third.
But see,
that's not in this league. In this league, I can't give up. It's just a dynasty league. In the 16-teamer is like a true dynasty league. Like you can't. I don't see Mooney as more than this season.
Oh, and see, I don't know. I think Mooney could be a couple seasons.
That's my problem. Like I can't see Mooney being like.
But even so, just like we're talking about, that is really like a second and like a third and a fourth. If you project yourself to be a playoff team, that's like a third and a fourth. You would trade a third and a fourth for Darnell Mooney.
But still, so if I'm making when I'm sending a deal over, like for the Justin Jefferson one, when I said 3 firsts, and there's still 3 firsts to the naked eye, you're looking at 3 firsts. And
I understand that.
If I had sent the 2.5 and the 2.6 and the 10 and a 2026 105. It doesn't look the same.
Which is kind of my point. When you're looking at trade offers, you can't look at it as, oh, I'm sending a second and a third. You need to kind of look at it as, all right, well, there's 16 teams, so there's 16 players off the board. If I'm the 109, that's the 25th pick. That's the 301. Right.
Yeah, I know. We know.
So
we
really
know
you're trading like the 301. Really, you're trading like the 301 and a 4th rounder for Darnell Mooney. That's a no-brainer.
My point is, though, when you're looking at a second and third, they look nice next to an offer.
But my point is,
I was able to make that deal.
You have to look deeper. You have to look deeper than just they look nice. You need to look at it as, would you trade the 301 and a 4th round pick for Darnell Mooney? because I don't care about what the looks like. I want the reality of the player and the picks.
Well,
I want to know what I'm looking at.
Well, Dickie just said when I traded the Mooney, I've been trying to get rid of Mooney for 10 weeks in the Renegades League. And I finally was able to do it for a second.
Sure.
But I was trying forever, and he finally reached that point where he was worth a second, and it took like 8 or 9 weeks.
Well, I don't know that he finally reached that point where he's worth a second. He reached that point in the season where people were ready to take on the risk.
And that was in a 12-team league. Like, he just reached the point where he was worth a second.
But see, again, you're trading the 301, 303, something like that, and a fourth rounder for Darnell Mooney. That's that's my point. You're stuck on second and third. That's not really.
I don't trust Mooney. And I'd rather package Rashee Rice. If I'm not packaging Rashee Rice and Darnell Mooney, it's not going to be worth the same as Rashee Rice in a second.
Well, no, but the difference is
that's my point.
Yeah, but the difference is you can plug Mooney into your lineup. You can't plug in the second into your lineup. You're absolutely right. You cannot package Rashee Rice and Darnell Mooney because those players, those two pieces don't mesh well for moving into a non-contender.
Right, and that's where I don't want to put my eggs in Mooney's basket at this point in the season.
Man,
so I'll let Stompy fucking have Mooney.
I have no idea.
I mean, you can say the same thing as why I didn't buy Eckler off of Senra.
Because you're scared money. Scared money don't make money, man.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, here Mooney he's got 2-3 weeks, including week 1, under 11 points. Otherwise, I mean, that dude's averaging 16 points a game right now.
Dude, I know he's been solid. Mooney's been very solid.
He's been very good.
Yeah.
It just blows my mind that you're stuck on the name, I think. And that's a problem. You're looking at this and you're like, it's Darnell Mooney. Darnell Mooney is wide receiver 7 on the season right now.
Is he?
In standard. Hold on, let me go to PPR. Sorry, Darnell Mooney is wide receiver 8 in PPR right now. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Kitchen Sink League. I'm gonna look.
This is just straight up. This is just straight up PPR. This is not HQ1 or whatever. This is just straight up PPR. He is wide receiver 8, 14.4 points a game.
I traded with this guy.
That's hard to. I mean, geez.
I'm going.
I think you cannot be stuck on names, man. You got to look past the names. It's clear that he has a huge role in this offense. And he has a quarterback that we know can throw the ball. I don't know, man. I think you might have made a mistake there.
Yeah, I don't.
All he's doing is averaging almost 8 targets a game, and just 68 yards a game.
Just
touchdown. It's not like he's old either. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, man.
Maybe he's found a home in Atlanta. He always had that, that name recognition in Chicago. It was like Mooney was supposed, but he never.
Well, it's because he had the one season where everyone was hurt, and he got 1,000 and something. It wasn't even 1,100 yards, I don't think.
I still see that. I still see Mooney as the one-hit wonder guy. That's it,
and that's fine. But again, a third and a fourth for 1 year of production, and hopefully a championship run is important. So now the problem is that Mooney's not available to you, at least not until Stompy's eliminated.
Right.
And then maybe Mooney becomes available again.
Well, we'll see. Whatever, man. Like I said, I'm not a Mooney guy, but maybe I'll do it.
Mistakes were made. Mistakes.
Maybe he's this year's Chuba Hubbard.
This year's Chuba Hubbard. Who was the? Let's see. I'm curious who was that guy last year in. All right, so I'm going to 2023 PPR. Who was the guy last year that was like, oh yeah, that could be Mooney this year? I mean, Adam Thielen. He could be last year's Adam Thielen.
I like the Thielen pickup because Bryce Young loves throwing to him. 14 targets he's going to get on Sunday.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't Guess it really matters.
And don't forget
Bryce Young targets. That's the problem. It's still Bryce Young targets.
How about
Great trash.
How about our good buddy Steady Eddie, 12th place overall in SFB?
That is wild. That is wild. All due to the hot sauce Patreon. Hey. That's what it is. It's got to be it. It's got to be it.
I am the second overall scorer in the DDCL 4-team copy league. Justin's in the sixth spot in scoring. 2 former 16-team winners.
We don't really need to talk about how good my teams are. I mean, I got too many teams to list over.
Rocking it, loving this good stuff. But Steady Eddie, he's a patron. He's a patron. He's a patron. He's a great friend. And he is currently in 12th place overall in the SFB.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like, we're having a fine season in some leagues, but to be in 12th place in SFB with like 3,000 players, that's some next level shit right there.
Yeah. I have no idea what place I'm in. What's that? What's the website? Where do you find out?
I mean, I think you just go to SFB and then
okay. I'm on the verge of making the playoffs. I have to win one out of the next. I think there's like 2 games left.
Leaderboard. Yeah, all right, so you can search this. I can pull up. What's your record in this one now?
I have 12 wins.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you are. You're 12. You're 1,244th overall.
1,200th?
1,244th. Yes.
That's not too bad. How about Steady Eddie being 12th?
I'm 2,600. I'm 2,600th place.
1,244.
2667.
What are you?
I'm 2667 at 8 and 12.
2667.
Yeah.
I had Rashid Shaheed in this one, man. He was crushing it. And he
and then yep. I don't even know how many people were in this thing. 4,000, something like that.
Oh, James, look at this guy, huh?
A little humble brag there. Maybe not so humble.
He has that fucking site on his, like, when it opens his computer up. That's his home screen. Is the fucking fishbowl.
Let's see. I'm down to let's see. There's 3,958 players.
I'm 12 and 8 right now.
There are some really bad teams in this. There's an 0-20 team down here.
That's probably didn't start anybody.
I'm not naming names down here, but it's not great.
Yeah.
I will name last place actor Josh Lucas. Who's Josh Lucas?
So there you go.
Dead DFL last 122 points a game.
Who?
Josh Lucas. He's dead last.
That's terrible.
Man, I'd hate to be like an analyst, and there are some bolded analysts down here that are at 2-18 or 0-20. There's an analyst that's 0-20. You have to try to be 0-20. I swear you have to try to be 0-20.
I got a boost with Ridley and Cedric Tillman in my fishbowl team. Ridley's fucking the man now. And the kickers. I got the 3 kickers.
And see, I can only play 2. I have Aubrey and Seabird or whatever.
You're gonna have to drop Aubrey.
Huh?
You're gonna have to drop Aubrey.
I can't drop him, man.
He's gonna kill you. What is he gonna do? He's gonna do exactly what he did against the Eagles.
I mean, I can't drop him though, and because I had Austin Seabird, whatever as well, and he's hurt. So
Trey Lance gonna get some action. What do you think about that?
No, he might get some action, but did you watch any of that game the other day? Let me tell you something. Let me give you the rundown. All right, I get out of the woods, and I'm hanging out with my buddies. This is Sunday night, so I've gone hunting. I get out of the woods, get to the house, and me and some other guys do like this little small. It's like 5 of us, and we do a little DraftKings thing every Sunday.
Right.
And like everyone, we don't throw in $5. It's a Venmo thing. First place gets $15. Second place doesn't pay anybody. Third, fourth, fifth place pay the first place guy $5 piece. So if you win, you get 15. If you get second, you don't do anything, and if you get third through fifth, you pay $5. I had the Eagles D going, and I was down by like 9 points. I also had Jalen Tolbert, and I don't know, I can't remember, but it wasn't nobody. But the Eagles defense, I'm down by like 9, and they get a turnover or something. I'm down by like 6 or 7, and then Trey Lance comes in. Next thing I know, I'm leading. I mean, it's like blink, and I'm up and winning the little challenge we got going on that week.
Wow.
Because he is so damn bad, taking sacks, turnovers. He threw a ball behind, I think it was behind Ferguson, and Ferguson like caught it, then turned to run, but by the time he turned, he got smoked. I mean, no, he's awful. He's so bad. Yeah, I'm all out on Trey Lance, and thank goodness for that.
ETN or Waddle?
In Dynasty or Redraft?
Dynasty.
Waddle.
Some guy just put Waddle on the trade block just now, so I'm going to send him my ETN.
That might work if Tank Bigsby's actually hurt.
He also put Bigsby on the block.
Well, no reason to trade for Tank Bigsby. Shit, he's
Tank Bigsby, baby.
He's hurt, and if ETN is healthy, he's worthless. I don't know.
It was worthless. Aaron Rodgers. Can you get 1 second for him now?
You know what? Do what?
Can you get 1 second for him?
If I can get anything for him, I'm taking it. I'm not talking about anything. He should retire. He won't, because there's too much money involved. He should
retire. He's got plenty of weapons, man. We'll see how it goes.
It's not the team around him that's the problem. It cannot be the team around him that's the problem. He's the problem. He is the problem.
Right. So what else we got going on?
Hey, you know what I said? Don't sign a 38, 39-year-old quarterback who looked not very great his last season in the previous team. Remember how I said that? Yeah, right. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you look bad in your last season with your previous team and they let you go, it's not the time to go sign him.
Okay. Well, guess what I want to do right now, real quick?
You're going to go look for Aaron Rodgers on the...
Oh, no. I'm making a detour. We're going to just jump in a wormhole back to an earlier part of the show. And we're going to go with a little Caleb Williams value check.
All right, let's do a value check before we get out of here.
Caleb Williams or 225 firsts?
Oh, give me the first. Screw it.
Wow.
Screw it. I'll take the reset.
Okay. Let me see if I got. Whoa! Wow. Lamar Jackson, Marvin Mims.
Okay.
Or Caleb Williams, Kendre Miller, and a 25 second.
What?
Yeah.
So is that a one quarterback league?
No way. It's all.
It can't be a super flex league. Literally, no one is trading. No one is trading Lamar Jackson for Caleb Williams, Kendre Miller in a second. They can't do that.
All right, maybe I didn't sort it properly. I just hit filter.
Please tell me that's one QB. Just
okay.
I mean, it's still a bad trade. It's still a fucking terrible trade.
I don't know what that was.
It makes my head
maybe that was one. Maybe that was one quarterback. I just hit filter results and it changed everything.
Okay. It was at least it was one quarterback.
I had it selected for a super flex, but I guess it didn't naturally filter.
Yeah. I was not feeling well right now. It kind of made me nauseous. It hurt my brain. I didn't feel good.
All right,
give me something.
Kyron Williams, Malik Neighbors, or Caleb Williams, Josh Downs, and Andrea Iosivas.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Give me Kyron and Malik Neighbors. Because I think Malik Neighbors is worth more than Caleb Williams, and I think Kyron is worth more than Josh Downs. And Andre Iosivas, whatever, it doesn't mean anything.
Oh my God! Look at this! This is crazy.
Oh,
this one, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Nick Chubb, Aaron Jones, Jordan Addison, A 25-second.
Larry, we're not doing this trade.
It's
We
for
are not doing
Caleb Williams.
this trade.
It's all
39
that for
pieces.
Caleb Williams. It's
No.
all that for Caleb Williams.
No, all of that for Caleb Williams?
It's
Say
all
that.
for
It's
Caleb
Caleb
Williams.
Williams by himself on one side. Is that real?
It says Caleb Williams and Carson Wentz on the other
Okay,
side.
give me it too. Okay, I thought this was gonna be some like 6-part on each side trade again. Okay,
It's
Caleb
this whole-
Williams, Carson Wentz give me all those players again. Aaron Rodgers and Aaron.
I don't know
Jones.
if I can, man. I gotta share the screen, man. I'm
Feed
not
it
gonna
to
be
me
able to do
again. Holy shit!
it. No way I'm gonna be able to do it and say it out loud.
I don't even care. I want all the players. I may not even have enough roster spots for all that, but I'm waiting for this to come through because I'm full screening this.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. Okay, so you get Spencer Rattler. Well, who cares? A 2025 second, okay? Addison, Aaron Jones, Nick Chubb, Russ Wilson, Aaron Rodgers. 12 teams start 9.
It's so much.
Yeah, give me the players, I guess. It's a
I don't
30-man
know.
roster. It's a 30-man roster. Yeah, give me the players. I can find a place for that.
Yeah, I guess.
Dude, I can
don't
start
know.
Russ Wilson.
It's kind of a bunch of crap, though.
No, it's not, though. Russ Wilson is definitely startable. Aaron Jones is definitely startable. Addison still has value.
Mm.
The 25 second has some value.
It's almost the whole starting roster.
I mean, I'm telling you, dude. Nick
It's
Chubb,
exactly it's the whole
Nick
starting
Chubb is
roster.
washed.
You're just
Aaron
missing the
Jones-
tight end.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true. Like, this is like a redraft roster. Like, oh,
For
man.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah. That's enough for me.
I like
All
the
right,
Wentz fucking sweetener.
Yeah, right. Yeah, gotta have the Wentz sweetener. Yeah. All right, scroll down. Let's see what else you got here. Let's see what Darth Vader did. Is this just Caleb Williams for JJ McCarthy? I'm waiting for you to scroll.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, there's a whole lot more to it.
Yeah.
Oh, here's one. Anthony Richardson and Zay Flowers or Caleb Williams and Michael Wilson.
Wow,
What do you think?
I want Caleb Williams.
Me too. Although I do like what Zay Flowers has done lately.
Yeah. Oh, look at this double whammy. Number 8.
I was going to say number 7, but yeah.
Do both. Just start with 7.
7.
Straight Gash homie and
I
Mr.
can just
Nice
start-
Guy did a deal.
I can just stop with Kyler Murray and Caleb Williams. It's like Kyler Murray, James Cook, and Jordan Addison, or Caleb Williams, Bucky Irving, T. Higgins. This is Kyler, and it's not even close. Like James Cook over Bucky Irving.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, T. Higgins can't even stay on the field.
Him and Addison are like a wash at this point.
Yeah, right. Kind of. I mean, Addison.
And then you want
started-
Murray and Cook, who are proven, versus Williams and Irving are just brand
which
new.
Irving has been nice. I'm not gonna disparage Irving, but I mean,
He's an every week starter.
Bucky Irving. Yeah.
Every week.
I mean,
starter.
that guy's been killing it lately. Let's do one more. I don't want to do the Bo Nix, Caleb Williams, Patrick Mahomes thing. I think there's not enough value on the left side.
Yeah.
There's too many pieces there. Oh my gosh.
Oof.
There's just so many pieces. Let's find one that doesn't have a million pieces.
Yeah. We'll go all the way back up here. Yeah.
No.
Nothing really wowable.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not like like the Caleb Williams 2 first thing was about whatever. Oh man. Yeah. I'm super happy I made those deals right before the season with Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels and then Marvin Harrison and Malik Neighbors. Now I need Malik Neighbors to get going again, but
Nice.
he's really slowed down lately. All right, man. Well, I think we need to wrap it up, brother.
Let's wrap it up. All right.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Let's do this. We'll see you next time. Thanks for listening to the Dynasty Hot Sauce Pod.
1, 2, 3, 4.